Hi, this is Aharon Dubinsky coming to you today from the Huchel Chesed Yeshiva in the holy city of Yerushalayim in the beautiful state of Israel, under the direction of our beloved rabbi and spiritual guide, Rabbi Shalom Arush. May Hashem bless him always. Today I want to talk to you about something called mistakes. I know, it's a worn-out subject, but I have a couple of views on it I'd like you to take a look at because I think they're important enough to see. Mistake. What is a mistake? What is something that you mistook? Mistook will give you a better idea. It's something that you missed, which is not right, and this is your take on it. This is how you understand it. In other words, you understood it wrong. You understood it wrong. Happens all the time. Happens to you, happens to me. In a lifetime, it happens to us so many times that if I had a shekel for every time I made a mistake, I'd be retired today, and I wouldn't be talking to you probably, except because I love you all so much. But mistakes happen, and they need to be rectified. It has to be something as a misunderstanding. If you do something knowingly, and you know it's wrong, that's not a mistake. That's an avera. That is something you did wrong. You did against Torah. You did against everything that you were taught to do. That is wrong. But the good news is, for both of these, we can do Teshuva. For an avera, we can do Teshuva. For a mistake, we can do Teshuva. But we have to know that what we're doing is Teshuva. You know, we say things off the cuff sometimes, and they just flow out of our mouths. How are you doing? Fine. Everything okay? Yeah. No, you're not thinking about it. It doesn't mean anything. You're not really asking how is somebody. You, in most cases, don't really care except on a very, very superficial level. And the response is no better. Fine. What's fine? I'm doing fine. What is fine? Again, a very superficial response to what you're doing. Also, we say things like, sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry I stepped on your toe. Oh, sorry I said a bad word. Oh, sorry I did this. Sorry I did that. Sorry I did the other thing. Sorry is a nice start, but sorry is not Teshuva. There's a lot more to it, and we're going to talk about that in just a moment. The mistakes we make mistakes. We all make mistakes. The children of Israel, throughout the course of Torah, make how many mistakes? They are almost countless. It's phenomenal how many mistakes we make. We go against Hashem at the drop of a hat, the Chet HaEgel, whining and crying to Moshe Rabbeinu, the fact we didn't have water, we didn't have food. Yes, we have food, but we don't like this food, we'd like better food. So many things. He tells us we're going to attack and we're going to win. We go, no, we're not going to win. Now, who's in a better position to give you an answer to this question? Moshe Rabbeinu or us? Who's got a better connection to Hashem and can tell us what will be the outcome of a battle, what will be the outcome of a war, what will be the outcome of an invasion? Of course, it's Moshe Rabbeinu. But do we listen? Sometimes we do, and when we do, we're rewarded for it. Sometimes more handsomely than we deserve. But when we don't, well, Hashem is the first one to tell us we made a mistake and we need to take care of it. Sometimes the rebukes are minor, sometimes they're very major, and they cost sometimes thousands of lives. But they are something that have to be dealt with. When you do Teshuva, it must be sincere and it must be complete. Teshuva, I did something wrong, Hashem. I am sorry. I will do my best not to repeat it. And most people think they have just completed Teshuva, and they're mistaken on that. It's a mistake. You did not complete Teshuva because you forgot the most important part, the change of behavior that goes along with the first three things you said. You said you're going to change. Have you changed? Have you thought about it? Or do you make the same mistake over and over again? You see, mistakes can be bad. You know, something could be a horrible mistake. And it costs you a lot of money, costs you health, costs you things in your body that hurt because you made a mistake. They could be minor mistakes. They could be major mistakes as well. Huge mistakes which are extremely costly, which set you back years in your teshuva, which set you back years in your growth. Tremendous mistakes. And the good thing about mistakes is they can be excellent because we learn from them. We can learn from our mistakes. If we learn from a mistake and we change our behavior, it wasn't a total loss. At least we learned something. We know now better how to behave in that circumstance than we did in the past. I'm getting to the point where I hear things at my office that I'm almost appalled at. I'm going to give you an example of one right now, and please try to understand it. I'll try to make it as delicate as I can. But this is what's going on in the world today. There's so much misunderstanding because of social media and because of the things that people hear inadvertently. We went to America last year for Pesach to visit our grandchildren. And you know something? I almost forgot to get yard-side candles for the last day of Pesach. I almost forgot what the last day of Pesach was. Almost forgot. Why? It's really hard to be an observant Jew in America. In Israel, never would have crossed my mind. I would never have missed it. It's not a possibility. It's how I live my life, day to day, hour to hour, minute to minute. There, it's extremely difficult to do that. So we learn from this mistake that we have to always be on our toes to understand what's going on out there and to judge everything that comes into our mind. We talked about this last week. We talked about shoftim and shotrim. We have guards at our gates. And then sometimes, as a lot of the rabbis will say, as it says in Zohar, it's not just the gates of our city, it's the gates that enter our body, 2 ears, 2 nostrils, 2 eyes, and a mouth. These gates guard what comes in and what goes out to make it for a better life for us. This is what we have to be aware of. Now, I got a call last week from somebody who said to me, Rabbi, I've got an opportunity to teach this summer. I said, that sounds great. It's just what you were looking for. He said, yes, but I'm a little concerned about it. I said, what, you think the kids might know more than you do or what? He said, no, I'm not worried about that. I said, then what are you worried about? He says, well, they're young men. I said, yeah, usually if you're teaching Bachurim, they're young men. I get this, yes, so what? And then he says something which I'll never forget if I live to be 160 years old. He said to me, I'm afraid I might be attracted to one of them or more. And I was sure I heard wrong, so I asked him to repeat it. And he did. And unfortunately, I did not hear wrong. I said to him, good, well, I'm going to tell you something right now immediately. 1, don't you dare take that job. And 2, you go talk to your Rav immediately. And he says to me, why? It's a perfectly normal feeling. I said, it's a what? He says, a perfectly normal feeling. I said, it is not a perfectly normal feeling. Have you ever looked at the scrolls called Torah? It says specifically in there, you cannot do that. That is specifically against Torah. Where do you get? He said, I hear it everywhere. It's everywhere I turn. It says it's okay. I said, what do you mean by everywhere you turn? He said, well, online, on Facebook. I said, you're listening to the wrong thing. You're supposed to be in observance of Torah. These are not in observance of Torah. They are a detraction from Torah. They will take your attention away from Torah. That's the Yetzer Hara trying to pull you in the wrong direction. And he's really, really good at doing it. And if you live in America particularly, or any of the Western civilized countries, and I use civilized guardedly, then you have to be very careful because what's going on around you is designed to pull you away. It's not designed to push you to. It's designed by Hashem to push you to. So you're so repulsed by it, you say, what's the matter with this? This is insane. And you go right back to Torah. But otherwise, it's only designed to pull you into a trap that you'll never pull yourself out of, or only with a great degree of difficulty somewhere up the road. We have to be very, very careful. Remember I told you that Teshuva was created by Hashem before he created the earth. And he created it for exactly the reason that he knew the earth could not survive without it. You need Teshuva. Teshuva, I'm sorry. I did wrong. I will do better in the future, and then you prove that you will do better by doing better. Now we're coming into Rosh Hashanah. It's Elul. The king is still in the field. He's most receptive to any kind of teshuvah that you want to do. So do a serious cheshbon nefesh and look at what you've done wrong to him and to other people, and do your teshuvah for all these as much as possible. It's also a good time for you to draw closer to Hashem, to ask Him for the things you need. More faith, more emunah, more gratitude in your life, more appreciation of all the things that go on around you. This is the time, this is the place. And again, you all know that I'm going to be up in Uman this year with Rabbeinu. Me and about 50, 60,000 of my closest friends. Now, if you haven't been, you should go. It's an experience you'll never forget. If you have been, you know what it's like, and you should go again. If you've not yet found a place to stay, think about the Inn Uman. We still have a couple of beds left. You can spend Rosh Hashanah living with me, Rav Shalom Arush, and Rav Lazer Brody. And we'd love to have you. We couldn't wait to see you. So for right now, you have a great week ahead. You have a great year ahead. Lashana Tova Metuka, a sweet year ahead. And please, make this life the life that you are meant to live, a life of joy, a life of love, a life of fulfillment, a life that brings you closer to Hashem. Be well, my friends. All the best.